For this inquiry, I would recommend to either listen to this on headphones in a public space or jot down the questions for the next time you're out among others and can give this exercise a try. If you can, sit in a public place and look at the people around you. It's best if some of them are sitting in ways where you can observe them without them noticing. Without staring intently, pick one person and try to imagine the feel of the thoughts going on in their head. You don't need to imagine specific thoughts, but noticing their body posture and facial expressions, try to get a sense of the general tone of what those thoughts might be. What sort of thoughts do you suspect they're having? Feel into what it's like to know that they are having a stream of thoughts that they are probably completely identified with, and that no one else in the room can hear. This is a monologue that is totally isolated to their experience, and you have no way of directly accessing it. Can you feel a sense of detachment or isolation associated with that discrepancy? Notice how their imagined thought voice that you are hearing is not even rooted to their body. Is your imagined experience of it something that could be described as a disembodied voice hovering somewhere around their physical form? The sound isn't quite synonymous with the body, is it? Can you get a feel for how their internal narrative is perhaps influencing their facial expressions and body posture? But can you see that the thoughts are still completely disconnected from the external world? What are they controlling? What are they manifesting? What are they making happen? Can you see anything changing around the person that could be a direct result of their thoughts? Now, recognize that everyone you can see has this running narrative happening right now. Get a feel for a whole room full of people all lost in their own inner worlds that no one else can ever hear or access. Do all those imaginary narratives feel as consequential and real as your own thoughts? Yours feel more substantial, right? They feel like you. Can you feel the distance you have from their imagined narratives? How they are so disembodied and how irrelevant they are to the external world? Can you then extend that same sense of unreality and distance to the experience of your own thoughts? Can you view your own thoughts just like an outside observer who is doing this exercise right now, looking at you? Does that feel a little strange? A little like you're an empty shell with a lone voice echoing around inside of it? If so, it's okay to feel that openness or disconnection from thoughts. Relish that silence if you feel it. What would other people around you imagine you are thinking based on what they observe from the outside? Would they see your thoughts making anything happen in the world around you? Or would they just see changing facial expressions and body movements? Are your thoughts and issues any more real than theirs? They might feel solid and real when we're identified with them, but from the perspective of an outside observer, how real and important are they really? Lastly, can you recognize that all of the thoughts you've been pretending the other people have been thinking are all coming from your own imagination? They are simply more of your thoughts. Did they feel in any way less real because you were attributing them to another person? Or because you knew that they were fantasy? Are those fantasy thoughts any different in your direct experience from all the thoughts that you ordinarily take to be the proof of your personality and the existence of you as a separate self? What are they made of? Can you discern any difference? Tune into this whenever you remember throughout your day. When you notice that you're hearing thoughts, just label them as thoughts and see if you can maintain that same sense of distance and detachment from them. The content of the thought is irrelevant. Thoughts are never anything more than a sight, a sound, a taste, a touch, or a smell. A thought is no more than a fleeting sensory experience and doesn't need to be treated as though it's any more substantial or vital than that. Even those thoughts that reinforce our personal history or propose the solidity of our future or any other reminder about how real and important we supposedly are. From where do they derive that authority? Who says that they are any more valid than the thoughts you imagined for the stranger sitting across the room? Remember, you are that stranger to every person you encounter. Enjoy the exploration and happy inquiring.